These guys get into a cardboard maze. They get lost there and meet a real minotaur. We will find out what happens next from the recap of the movie Dave Made a Maze. Dave is 30 years old. He is unemployed, and out of boredom he decides to build something. When his girlfriend Annie returns from her trip, she sees a huge cardboard maze in their flat made of different boxes. Dave is inside the maze. He admits that he got lost and has been unable to get out of there for 3 days. Annie thinks it's a silly prank and wants to get inside. The guy, however, asks her not to do it, because the maze is not finished yet. Soon, Gordon, Dave's friend, comes to their flat. He is a bearded man wearing glasses and he wants to get into the maze too, but Dave strongly opposes the idea. Gordon looks at the maze thoughtfully and tries to support upset Annie. The young girl wants to understand what her boyfriend eats and how he goes to the toilet. Gordon taps the cardboard walls to show Dave the exit. However, this doesn't help. The guy asks them to throw a few sandwiches into the maze. Gordon asks for help. Several more friends and acquaintances come to the flat. Among them are Leonard, Jane, and a cameraman Harry with a filming crew. They want to get into the maze and find Dave, but the guy warns them that there are lots of deadly traps inside. Then the guests simply order pizza and discuss what to do next. They can't lift the maze because it's glued to the carpet. Dave complains to Annie, saying that he feels like a fish in a fishbowl. At this moment, we can see that the guy isn't lying. This maze is bigger than it looks on the outside, and Dave really got lost there. Soon Harry decides to make a documentary film about freeing Dave. He interviews all those present, hoping to make a real cinematic masterpiece. All those who are in the film are getting ready to get inside a maze, and they get inside one after another. The maze turns out to be huge. It's made up of numerous corridors and rooms. The people are checking the walls with curiosity, and Gordon cuts his head against the sharp pieces of cardboard. A drop of blood falls to the ground and vanishes immediately. Soon everyone in the maze walks in different corridors. Annie is looking for her boyfriend everywhere. Some of the people find a button with the inscription, "Don't push Gordon." However, one of the men does it. Fortunately, it was an innocent kid's trap. Annie and Gordon keep walking straight and notice that the maze is adorned with lots of playing cards and different pictures. Seems like Dave has spent a huge amount of time on this. One of the corridors looks like a giant synthesizer. The black keys serve as passages to other rooms and tunnels. People are having fun running around the maze, but suddenly bright strips start flying in the air. Annie follows them and gets into a littered room. A real cardboard monster spitting shreds of colored paper out of its mouth is on the wall. Others come in and try to get closer to this strange monster in order to capture him on camera. Annie finds a paper flower among the litter and Gordon finds something indecent. Soon, some noise can be heard. Seems like it's paper cranes screaming. One of them attacks a member of the filming crew. He has to fight him off with the filming equipment. The door to this room closes. Our characters are forced to get inside the monster's mouth in order to get into another corridor. His eyes are moving and it's terrifying. Annie notices that almost all the origami look like it's alive. The paper cranes fly like real birds. Harry and his filming crew keep filming. He interviews Annie again in order to get her impressions. The young woman is very scared and anxious. Jane pops up in the corridor. She is having lots of fun. However, at this moment she gets into one of the most dangerous traps. A cardboard axe appears and, after the blow, Jane's body starts ejecting confetti. The people immediately start running away, not wanting to repeat poor Jane's fate. They hide in one of the rooms and try to understand what the heck is going on. At this moment, a sweet couple, Greg and Bryn, look for each other everywhere, and the man accidentally triggers another trap. Just one blow and Greg is no longer with us. His body ejects confetti too. Annie tries to understand why her boyfriend built such a horrifying maze. Bryn reaches the team and tells them that her boyfriend got pierced by lots of cardboard pegs, and the confetti on her head is Greg's insides. The people are trying to find out a way out of the maze. They are very scared and also notice that Greg's body has disappeared. Moreover, they find traces of huge hooves on the floor. Seems like there is a minotaur. The monster is half man and half bull. He lives in the maze and hunts people. Annie grabs a utility knife and tries to cut an opening. At this moment, a strong wind rises in the maze. Annie manages to cut an opening, but behind it is someone's huge eye rather than an exit. Bryn doesn't manage to escape and the Minotaur grabs her. Having caught his prey, he sets out to find the others. People are running away from the monster, and there is Dave in one of the maze rooms. However, he doesn't know where the exit is either. The characters end up in a room that looks like a cartoon scene, and they study everything with curiosity. Dave asks his friends for forgiveness and says that he is not guilty. The guy gets into a small pink box and asks his friends to follow him. They crawl through some pipe and turn into cardboard toys. This doesn't bother them that much because what matters is that they are safe. But it seems like it's not true. Thick pink smoke starts coming out of one of the pipes, and Dave asks the others to run away from it as fast as they can. Another strange noise is heard. The cardboard characters are hiding from the sharp darts. However, the Minotaur himself soon enters the room. Dave and his friends jump into another pipe, get into another tunnel, and become human again. Harry and his crew don't stop filming. Dave makes a false wall from a piece of blue cloth and the Minotaur can't pass through it. The people want to demolish the maze, but Dave advises to do the opposite, which is to finish it. Besides, they need to figure out a way to defeat the Minotaur. Dave's other friend, Leonard, walks into the maze. He finds Jane's head and he is appalled. Meanwhile, the team keeps going. Dave admits that the maze lives its own life. It expands and changes constantly. It's unknown who or what controls it. Dave hugs Annie, and of course, Harry captures it on camera. The people find another corridor. It resembles a disco dance floor with music and bright lights. They can even dance here. Besides, there is a screen showing a black and white silent film. Soon some of the people become black and white themselves. The picture on the screen changes. Now it depicts women dancing. The characters leave, and in the next room, they notice a huge hole in the wall resembling a female sex organ. Dave asks his friends not to draw close to it, because then it will turn into cardboard. This is how he got his cardboard hand. Turns out he tried to stick it into the hole. The team members leave this dangerous room and keep looking for the exit. However, the maze keeps expanding more and more. Dave suggests luring the Minotaur into the room with the female sex organ in order for it to go through and turn into cardboard. Then they will be able to finish the maze. Harry agrees, but on the condition that Dave will give an interview. The guy admits that he wanted to create something incredible, and he succeeded, but he didn't want people to suffer. Annie tries to support her boyfriend and looks at his hand in sadness. They still decide to finish the damn maze. However, right when the Minotaur approaches them again, this time the false wall doesn't stop him. He punches through the cardboard and Gordon struggles to hold the wooden boxes in place. One of the filming crew members helps him. The guy decides to make a chrysalis out of the maze and then destroy it in order to demolish the whole structure. They find a small maze inside the big one. However, it's unfinished too. It seems like Dave can't finish a thing. The characters find Bryn tied in one of the rooms. She looks pretty normal if we don't take into account the fact that she is made of cardboard. They need to walk past her and not touch her under any circumstances. The filming crew distracts Bryn and interview her. At one point, the maze itself starts speaking through her. The cardboard Bryn warns them that they can go to any room, but they aren't allowed to leave the maze. Meanwhile, Dave and Annie find a chrysalis of the maze. They recall their different memories, drink coffee, then wine, and at the same time they look extremely weird. This looks more like a hallucination rather than reality. After that, the heroes make the chrysalis of the maze, which resembles a cocoon using cardboard, scissors, and other materials. Dave stretches out a katana to Annie and she starts slicing through the cardboard. She puts the box with the chrysalis right in the center of the maze. In the meantime, Bryn turns into a giant hand that falls down and drags the cameraman along with it. Besides, the Minotaur shows up again. He looks for a new prey and runs after Gordon. Leonard shows up, but he quickly gets caught in one of the deadly traps. We see a new portion of red confetti. All the characters gather around the chrysalis, make it spin and destroy it using a katana. The maze breaks, its walls topple over. The monsters close their eyes and a huge chunk of cardboard falls over the Minotaur. Escaping from the monster, Gordon ends up in the very room with the female sex organ, and it's trying to lure him inside. At this moment, all the survivors find themselves in Dave and Annie's flat in the middle of a scattered rubbish. Dave's hand remains cardboard. Harry and his team are here too, and there is Gordon too. He managed not to go through that wall. The people are removing the cardboard and tidying up the apartment. Harry asks Gordon to tell the relatives of the deceased the sad news, and he goes to edit the footage. Dave and Annie throw the cardboard pieces next to the trash bin. However, after they do it, the Minotaur gets out of there and calmly walks away.